Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jackie, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a fantasy unicorn girl. And helping me today is Evelyn. She apparently won't let me make this video without her, so hi! So first of all, I'm going to put in my guidelines, and then I'm going to start putting in the outline of the face, and I'm just going to roughly sketch in where I'm going to be putting the features and then slowly adding in all of the details. And I'm drawing it off to the side so that I can have lots of space to add in all of my details and stuff. And then I'm going to draw in a little fantasy scene right next to it. And I'm going to be adding in all of the details, and I'm going to be using my eraser luck. So I'm doing a lot of really rough sketching because I want it to just, this is where you're adding in your details and the shapes of the face, and then you slowly build up the shape of the face. And you'll notice that I erase a lot, and I even erased the outline of the face, and I fixed the jawline because it was a little bit too close to the mouth. And when you're happy with the way it looks, then that's when you start to erase your guidelines and you can add in color. And I'm also going to be making another video to show you how to draw a face as well. And as soon as I have that made, I'll put a link to that. And now I'm just adding in all of the details to the rest of the picture. I added a little boat, made her hair into water, and a little city with a big moon behind her. And as you can see, I drew right over the tape on the outline because even though that's not going to be part of the final picture, once I take the tape off, I am going to be drawing that back into the picture so that it kind of like goes outside of the border a little bit. And now it's time to add some color. And so what I'm using here is watercolor pencils. And I love watercolor pencils so much. And the reason why is because it's really, really easy to just put the color right where you want it. And it's not difficult. Whereas watercolor, you have to be really careful. Once you put some color on there, it's really difficult to control. Whereas this, you can put the color exactly where you want it. So one of my favorite ways to add color to a face is to use the watercolor pencils first, and then instead of activating it with water, I actually really like to activate it with a skin-toned acrylic paint that's really watered down, so you can still get those shadows coming from underneath, but it really smooths out all of the skin. And I feel like it gives it just a really nice polished look in the end. I'm also going to be using white acrylic paint to add into the parts that are highlighted and bring back out those highlights on the neck and on the cheekbones and on the nose and the forehead and the chin. And then I'm going back in with the watercolor pencils again, and I'm just going to go layering back and forth until it looks the way that I want it to look. Okay, now it's time to add some color to the hair, and with this I'm going to be using some Tombow markers. Tombow markers are a water-soluble marker, and you can lay down the color and then you also activate it with water. So I'm paying her $1 to be good. She doesn't know what that means. Okay, don't eat the money. Don't eat the money. So I start off by adding in the lightest colors where I want the highlights to be. Because the moon's over to her left, I want the highlight to be coming directly from the moon. And then I'm going to start adding in darker colors as I go. And it really doesn't have to be pretty because I'm going to be moving the colors around anyway. So I'm going to be layering on top of that as well with Prismacolor pencils and markers and all kinds of stuff. So this is just the first layer. So I'm adding in a galaxy sky, and I'm also using the Tombow markers for this as well, and I'm making it really dark around the moon so that when I color the moon it's going to be a light blue, and it's really going to make that light blue moon pop. And I'm also adding in the pink right around her head to kind of frame her and make her stand out more as well. And when I activate the colors, I'm not blending them together like really well. I'm just kind of trying to touch the edges to blend them just a little bit, maybe drag the color a little bit around in each other, but mostly I'm just trying to transition the color from color to color. But if you blend it too much, then it actually just turns to mud. It doesn't have that same effect at all. I think that I just paid her for her first acting job. I think we're in trouble. Hey. Do you want this? I really like the Tombow markers because they come with a blending marker, and so instead of having to activate it with water, you can get different effects by using the blending marker. So on the sail, I am adding yellow, and then I add in some orange, and then I use that blending marker to blend the colors together, because if I used water, it would just look splotchy and stuff. But by using the blending marker, I can just get a really smooth transition, so I really love that. And I'm going to be using the same color theme throughout. So you'll notice like the moon and the horn and her eyes are all similar colors, and even some of that color from the moon and the horn are in her hair a little bit. And then I'm going to be using like yellow on her shirt and on the sail of the boat. And then I'm going to be using pink for her lips and in the background. And then I'm also going to be using the kind of brownish color that's in her skin tones in the buildings and in the boat, so that all of the color themes kind of tie in together. And I draw in the outline of my moon and my unicorn horn, and I am adding in the colors that I want to be there in the end. So I'm going to go in and outline everything. It just brings everything together and it makes it just look really polished. And then after I've added in all of the details with my black marker, I'm going to come back in with a white paint marker, and I'm going to add in all the highlights and even more little details. And I'm going to add in details all over the entire page because it ties it all in together. Now, the thing with the paint markers on Tombows, it kind of absorbs the color and it makes it less white, which I don't really like. So I came back in with a gel pen because it seems like the gel pen works a lot better over the Tombows. And I'm just adding in my last few details and finishing everything up, and that's really it. So if you liked my video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting new videos every Friday. See you next time! Yay! Okay, that's all. Yeah.